Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Lexi, and today's video is going to be a twist and talk. It's been a while, like a long while, since I've done a twist and talk. Like, I don't even know how long, but I actually am twisting my hair and recording some footage for a review. So I figured, and I just watched Nappily Ever After on Netflix with Sanaa Lathan, and I figured it was the perfect time to do this because I felt like I haven't been doing these videos because I don't have anything to talk about. I don't have any news. Like, nothing has been making me feel like, oh, let me bring this to the channel. And honestly, when I watched the movie, thinking that I might want to do like a full review on it or something like that, and then after watching it I was just kind of like, oh, I don't really feel like making a full-on video. But my sister told me I should do a video on it, and I was like kind of but since it's a twist and talk, it's gonna be a super informal discussion. If you haven't seen the movie, then this video is kind of pointless for you, but if you have seen the movie, then we can just talk about it in the comments and we can chat about it. The reason I didn't really want to make a video about the movie is because I knew I wasn't going to like be in love with the movie. I didn't want to bash it. I didn't want to come on YouTube or anywhere and bash it because it really had a good message, and it really like is good for people that really do have issues with their hair, because I know a lot of us do, or have had issues in the past with their hair, or just confidence, and all the things the movie addressed. And I'm also a very particular person when it comes to my movies. I just didn't want to like bash the movie. I didn't want to bash it, and I'm not going to. We're gonna just talk about like the things that stuck out to me, because I know people like the main character, and I'm sure that we all do. I know people like the main character's mother, and I'm sure that we all do as well. Or it could be your own mother, or it could be you, because a lot of us in the Black community have issues, you know, like serious issues with our hair. And if it's not with our hair, it's just how we look, how we are presented, being presentable, having to be perfect, how we behave, how our kids behave. Like, you know, the white kids in the beginning of the movie were having fun at the pool, turned up, like, you know, having a good time. And she was literally just there as a kid, just watching, you know, the other kids have fun. And I know, I'm actually 100% sure there were a bunch of women that were like, that could relate to that, that remember being that age and not being able to play or get in the pool or go get in the rain and all these things, because I've been there. And yeah, definitely relatable. And when you guys saw her like not getting in the pool and like, you know, all that stuff, and then when she jumped in the pool and the kids made fun of her hair and all that stuff, like, were any of you guys like, wow, I remember a time where that was me, that happened to me? I remember going to barbecues or cookouts or pool parties and not getting in the water. Do you guys remember that? I mean, I don't really remember not being able to go swimming. Like, my mom was really chill, like, when it comes to my hair and everything like that. She never really like pressured me about my hair. If I had like a braided hairstyle or like cornrows or beads or whatever, obviously she nor I wanted my hair to get dirty or to get wet or messed up. That was a part of it, but it was never about like keeping my hair straight, you know, or presentable. She has a man, and like, she's, you know, they're living together, they're dating for 2 years, and she was still like getting up to make sure she looked good in the morning, and she was like really a perfectionist. And they base like her perfectionism off of like, you know, coming from having to have perfect hair and be a perfect kid, and I'm sure that, like I said before, black women can definitely relate to this when it comes to going to church on Sundays and going to school on Mondays and having to always look your best. Like, if you see a black kid that looks like a mess or not put together, you're gonna talk, like, people are gonna make comments. Like, if you're in Publix or Winn-Dixie or Walmart and you see a little kid and their hair isn't done or they look like unkempt, you're gonna comment, because the culture of black people is to just always have your kids looking good. And if your kid don't look good, you don't look good. And that was a big part of the baseline. Her foundation was like, she looks good, her mom looks good, and all that stuff. So that was definitely super relatable. Although my mom's not like that, I understand like the culture that they were referring to. So it made sense to me. And then, you know, she's a perfectionist, and then we get into her whole thing. And just her hair, she gets relaxer put into her hair at the hair salon, which was insane. And she loses her hair, and then we go through all this drama. With her hair and with her hair journey. Essentially, we go through her hair journey. And I want to know if her hair journey was like relatable for you guys. I just kind of like I consciously went natural, so I didn't have like the whole shock thing. I didn't love my face with the little TWA, so I put twists in, and I got used to it, and then I rocked it, and now we're 7 years deep. Now for her, who went natural unintentionally, you know, she tried the blonde life. I thought it was cute. People didn't like it in the movie. I thought it was cute. She had the blonde life. And then she went into cutting it all off and wearing it like with the bald look. And then the hair began to grow back in. So, random question. We get to know the salon owner or the shop owner, and people were complaining about him being a shop owner. Like, would you guys have an issue dating a man that owned a hair salon or a man that owned a hair salon and made hair products? I would not have a problem with that, because that means I would just get my hair done all the time. I would never do a twist out again, let me tell you. I would have no issue with that, honey. Like, let me help you promote your products, okay? Like, I have no issue with that. But I understood, like, we have a man that's into like a more female dominated industry. It is kind of like an odd thing, but that man was straight, and that man was very encouraging and helped her throughout the whole story embrace herself and all that stuff. So that was cool. She gets back together briefly with her ex, who, that whole breakup thing was very odd. I felt like he was being very honest with her by telling her like, oh, I feel like I don't know you. I think someone being that honest with you is always a good thing, even if it's hurtful, because at least now you know how you come off. She didn't know how she came off. She didn't know that she was like a shell of a person. That's very sad. Imagine living your whole life as a freaking shell of a person. Like, that's horrible. So I just felt like that was a blessing to tell someone like, yeah, everything's just perfect. I don't really know you, da 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 da. Obviously she didn't take it well, because she wanted to get married. She didn't really think there was a problem. Waking up early to perfect myself for my partner is a problem. That's my first problem. Waking up early to do anything that has to do with vanity for someone that I've been with for 2 years, ooh child, that's a problem for me. But I'm just a super chill, low-key person, and she was obviously type A personality, not low-key at all. So just what it is. It's what the story was supposed to be. Basically, she made up with the guy who was telling her, you know, before that she was too perfect, da 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 da. But it's like one thing that you're too perfect, and then the next thing that you're bald-headed. Like, I think as women we're always like, oh, he should love her, da da da. And I agree, he should love her regardless, but it definitely was a shock for him. Like, yeah, it was cool to be able to get in the shower with you and have your hair get wet, and it was all cool then and da da da. but are you never gonna have the straight hair that I'm dating you for 2 years with? Yikes. And unfortunately, that's what it was. He wanted her to look a certain way for his parents. And also, it was supposed to be her first time meeting his parents. Dating for 2 years, I should know your parents. I should have their cell phone number. Like, I'm not with that. Like, that's so odd to me, but neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. The whole movie was her, like, having a breakthrough. That was the whole movie. Her hair being a catalyst to her having a breakthrough, to her Why did I think that this piece of hair was a bug? I was terrified. I can't wait to watch this footage back and see how freaking dumb I was looking just now, because I was terrified of this piece of hair. Alright, anyways, yeah, the movie was like relatable in that, like, I think for black women, you know, your hair is a huge part of you from when you're a kid. It's a huge part of tradition. It's a huge part of, you know, your routine. Like, you do your hair, you know, you get a perm every couple months, you wash your hair every week or every 2 weeks. Like, it's a routine, and I think it's a ritual. That's what I'll say. And I think the movie did a good job of showing how her and her mom doing their hair was a ritual. Doing her hair was a ritual for them. And how she looked was important for her job. It was important for her confidence. It was important for her even, like, walking down the street. Guys looking at her, it boosts her confidence. See, me personally, I hate attention from men in the street because it usually is negative, creepy, and gross. But I do know that some women, they thrive off of that. Some women like when guys, like, catcall them or look at them a certain way. I just don't like attention. How do you guys feel about that? Do you guys like being catcalled? Do you like attention from men in the street? I usually hate it. By usually, I mean always. I'm not gonna really get into too much of the storyline or anything like that because I'm not a freaking movie critic. But I did want to touch on, like, what was relatable as a natural haired woman and as someone that notices the differences in when I have long braids down my back, when I have my small twist in, like, little ponytails at the gym, when I have my fro out, when I have a fro wig. Like, I know the difference. When I have a curly wig, like, I notice the difference in how I'm treated. And that was a big part of the movie. The little girl was super cute, and she was, you know, also obviously had a really good role model in just, like, understanding that she was beautiful and being told that she was beautiful, which is super, super, super important. Fathers and mothers telling their little black girls they're beautiful with or without whatever they think they're missing is so, 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 so important. So that was really, really cute and necessary in my opinion, for sure. So that's pretty much, I think, like, all I have to say about the movie in terms of, like, what I got from it. Did you guys have, like, a similar, I know people really do have, like, awful salon experiences. So did you guys have a really bad, like, salon experience when you went natural? Like, is that why you're natural? Did you find any parts of the movie relatable? How did you feel about it? Let's talk in the comments. You know, I may not have loved everything about the movie, but seeing a natural hair themed movie on Netflix was pretty freaking cool. And I'm just happy with how mainstream natural hair has become. And I don't care about, like, marketing dollars, people making money off of us, or companies that are making natural hair products now. It's like, it's all good for us. You know, we're gonna buy products, we're gonna buy certain things anyways. If we have more options, the more the better, in my opinion. I don't think there could ever be too many options when it comes to products because, your hair can always change preferences, and I think it's important for little black girls to watch that movie. And well, it's an adult movie, it's kind of has sex and stuff like that in it, but so not really little girls, but I think it's important for women to watch that movie and see like the turmoil that the character, like, she really put herself through a lot of stuff to look good, and she really felt like she didn't look good without her hair being straight, and she was really hard on herself, like many black women can be, about their hair, about their appearance and stuff like that. And so I think that it was a really good message in that regard, and I'm just happy to see natural hair more in the mainstream. So let me know down below definitely what you guys thought about the movie. If you haven't watched it, I mean, I say watch it. I think it's always good, like I said, to support these type of things, because we definitely want to see more of it, and maybe we'll get like a kid version that we can show our little black sisters and daughters and cousins and nieces. Say like, look, like this woman felt bad about her hair too. She let society make her feel bad about her hair, but look at her now. Like, she loves it, she's owning it, she's happy with it, it's a part of who she is, and you should too. So I definitely support these types of movies, and I hope that you guys will continue. I'm out of breath right now, I'm sorry. I hope that you guys will continue the dialogue down below in the comment section. I'm gonna finish my hair, and the review on these products I'm using is a secret, kind of low-key. It'll be on my Instagram by the end of the week, so I will post everything there. Thanks for watching this twist and talk. Hopefully I'll do some more. If you have any topics or questions or anything for twist and talks, just leave them down below, because that way I can do them more often. Now that my hair is back, specifically, I can do them more often. I come on here looking crazy once a week and twist and talk to you guys. Anyways, I will see you in my next video. I think on doing my Insecure review tomorrow. Only 2 more episodes of Insecure and I'm off of it. So yeah, love you guys. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video, give it a thumbs up. It really helps me grow, be seen, all that jazz. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll be on Instagram a lot, and I will see you guys later.
Off this way, doing all these shows. I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little vibe, she been on my mind. Soon as I get back, she can slay. Do this all the time, this ain't no surprise.